Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bill Rickert, co-chair of the Teachers College Board of Trustees.
Please be seated. Good afternoon. Along with Jack Hyland, I'm co-chairman of the Board of Trustees of Teachers College, and I have the honor of officially opening today's ceremony. On behalf of the entire community at Teachers College, I welcome you to the Doctoral hooding ceremony of 2014. It is now my very great pleasure to introduce the President of Teachers College, Susan H. Furman.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the most joyous occasion on the calendar of Teachers College, when we honor the talented, energetic, and persevering women and men who have earned the right to be addressed as doctor. Congratulations, doctors, you made it. We're so proud of you. Congratulations as well to those who helped you make it to this day, our outstanding faculty, our dedicated staff, and of course, your families and partners. We're all so proud of you. Isn't it marvelous that this ceremony is being watched over by two magnificent birds flying above us in this majestic cathedral? What awe-inspiring works of art to contemplate as you leave TC and soar into your own futures. This is a wonderful day to reflect on what you've accomplished at TC and to look ahead to what you hope to achieve in the years to come. And of course, it's a day to celebrate. This is a special thrill for me because I don't think that we had hoodings when I received my doctorate at Teachers College. I've always thought it was a particularly moving ceremony, and it's a real pleasure to participate in a ceremony that's the powerful image of joining the full-fledged ranks of the Academy. It's also a joy to see the number of children in evidence here today. When I earned my doctorate at TC, I had 3. One of them was under 1. And I know that's very much a part of the doctoral student's experience in life. Children and families are both partners of and sometimes subjects for our work. In fact, there are 2 young children here today to see both their parents receive degrees in curriculum and teaching. Carmela and Carter's parents are Joanne Marciano and Vaughn Watson. Talk about the challenges of work-life balance. Joanne and Vaughn continue to teach English full-time at Dr. Susan S. McKinney Secondary School of the Arts in Brooklyn, while working simultaneously on their respective dissertations and raising a young family, which, as many of us know, is a full-time job in itself. They also share research and teaching interests. Both examine in their work the popular and college-going practices and literacies of Black and Latina and Latino youth. Joanne and Vaughn attribute their success at navigating these many demands to constant communication, an encouraging network of faculty mentors, family, friends, writing group peers, and equal support of one another's work. They especially relied on their strong network the day they both defended on their dissertations. Joanne and Vaughn certainly are a dynamic duo, and they exemplify our dedicated and determined doctoral degree recipients who are now part of TC's history. So today, as you receive your degrees, I want you to know that you stand on the shoulders of giants, the leaders and pioneers who have walked the halls of TC for more than 125 years and have helped change the world in so many ways. I'm particularly awed by the brilliance and insight of our founders and early leaders who nurtured this institution as a world-renowned center of new ideas, practices, and fields of inquiry. In fact, TC's visionaries also provided the blueprint for subsequent schools of education everywhere. As graduates, you can be rightly proud of the far-reaching influence of your alma mater. You are the heirs to the vision of our first dean, James Earl Russell, who called for training which would enable the student to see the relationships existing everywhere in the various fields of knowledge, even the unity of all knowledge. What a fitting way to describe the education you've received here. Russell's enduring vision is even more relevant today in our hyper-connected and turbocharged world. We need more than ever to seek knowledge, understanding, and connection. This is the TC way. I urge you to continue to put Russell's vision into action in whatever you do and wherever your sphere of influence may be, whether it be one child or an entire nation. As you go into the world armed with your TC degree, I also want you to take pride in our legacy of firsts. It's a long list and continues to grow. Consider the fields that started here. Among them are educational psychology, social studies, urban education, gifted education, conflict resolution, the community school, nursing education, arts education, dance education, nutrition education, international and comparative education, spirituality and psychology, and special education. The list is long and growing. TC also established the nation's first academic department focused solely on the study of curriculum and teaching, granted the first graduate degrees in physical education, and had the first School of Education program in computing and education. And remember that TC is the birthplace of the community school, the scholarly textbook, the yellow school bus, and the song, Happy Birthday. Just as TC graduates helped to shape the 19th and 20th centuries, so too will you have a lasting impact on this still young century. I'm confident that you will lead the way toward that better future and create your own legacy of firsts with a distinctly 21st century twist. Rico Wright is one of our graduates who is forging his own legacy. Rico is a first-generation high school graduate from one of the poorest sections of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Today, he's receiving his doctorate in mathematics education. Rico's dream was to play college basketball and be drafted by an NBA team. But after not making the squad at Oklahoma's Langston University, he started to listen to those who said he had great academic and leadership talent. Among those who encouraged him was Langston's president at the time, Ernest Holloway, who inspired Rico to pursue an academic career and the dream of one day becoming a college president himself. At TC, Rico has been able to merge his interests in mathematics and philosophy. His dissertation is on the power of relational thinking as a math teaching tool. It's an approach that can be applied to solve a range of other problems in life as well. Rico also took on leadership challenges in his time here. He served as president of the Student Senate, where he pushed for significant improvements in on-campus amenities for students, and where it was my pleasure to work with him. Next week, 10 years to the day that he arrived in New York City, Rico will return to Tulsa, where he'll become assistant professor of mathematics at his alma mater. It's, yes. It's unfortunate that Rico's mother is not here today to see her son receive his degree. She passed away exactly 2 years ago today. But with Rico's characteristic glass half full outlook, he sees this fact as redemptive and joyful as he feels her presence in this cathedral. Rico, we know your mother would be so proud of you today as we are. There are so many more wonderful stories among our graduates. You've engaged in research, learning, and practice that's helping to change lives, work that will resonate at TC after you leave here today. In fact, consider the impressive variety of topics you've chosen for your dissertations. They include a leadership profile of entrepreneurs across generations, an innovative intervention to reduce childhood obesity, the experiences of mental health professionals working with undocumented immigrants, an analysis of the relationship between how New York City public school teachers enter the profession and teacher retention, the impact of school design on learning experiences. And there's more. You've researched disruptive gameplay, racial identity, self-esteem, and academic achievement in African American high school students, high school principals' leadership capacities and accountabilities, how to develop multivariate thinkers in middle school science, moral acts of courage in the financial sector, the family experience of community-supported agriculture, and the World Tribunal on Iraq, and so many more topics. What an astounding depth and breadth of areas that you have explored. Clearly, you uphold the TC legacy with tackling real-world concerns with path-breaking scholarship, and your work will have influence and impact. So I expect great things from you in your work in the years to come, as scholars and university faculty members, as executive leaders and administrators in education, health, psychology, and the arts, as psychologists, entrepreneurs, public officials, and policymakers. And I look forward to the new trails you will blaze. Whatever road you take in your careers, your work will be informed and animated by research. Indeed, this is the TC difference. As graduates of the nation's oldest, largest, and best research-based school of education, you are uniquely and comprehensively prepared to find solutions to the complex and sometimes confounding challenges we face in our city, our nation, and our world. TC has given you the strong foundation in an education that connects research with practice and policy. Now it's up to you to put your own visions into action. This is your time to seize, your moment to make a difference. Despite daunting challenges, I know you can do this. As you go forth from here today, I urge you to honor the spirit of TC in all that you do. I want to leave you with the words of one of our founders, Nicholas Murray Butler, who wrote during another time of tremendous change and challenges, "Optimism is essential to achievement, and it is also the foundation of courage and true progress." Remember his words and look to the future with optimism and the courage to change the world. Congratulations. We have now reached the moment in this ceremony when we honor an extraordinary individual whose life's work has advanced the cause of education while upholding TC's core mission to foster excellence and equity in the fields we serve. Among those honored at past ceremonies were Archbishop Desmond Tutu, Coretta Scott King, Senator George Mitchell, Pete Seeger, Thomas Friedman, Lee Shulman, Gail Collins, Spike Lee, Linda Darling Hammond, and many others. This year, we're honoring 4 eminent exemplars. Nobel laureate Carl Wyman, professor of physics and education at Stanford University, will be honored presently. Sonia Nieto, professor emerita of language, literacy, and culture at the School of Education, University of Massachusetts Amherst. Temple Grandin, international champion of autism rights and humane treatment of animals, and professor of animal sciences at Colorado State University. And the Reverend Dr. Calvin O'Butts III, president of the State University of New York College at Old Westbury and pastor of Abyssinian Baptist Church, were all honored at ceremonies yesterday and the day before. It is now my pleasure to introduce Professor Felicia Moore Mensah. Thank you.
Thank you, President Furman, and congratulations to all of the graduates. It is my pleasure to invite to the podium medalist Dr. Carl Wyman, Professor of Physics and Education from Stanford University. Carl Wyman, as a bench physicist, you have demonstrated an almost magical ability to transform hypotheses into reality. In 1995, together with Eric Cornell, you produced the first Tree-Bose-Einstein condensate, the superatom, that can occur at extremely low temperatures. That stunning achievement, which which was predicted more than a century ago and could have practical application to areas ranging from precision measurement to quantum computing, brought you the Nobel Prize. More recently, when you confessed to ridiculous, grandiose visions on another front, we at Teachers College sat up and took notice. And today, we honor you for that work, which we believe will prove no less valuable. That is, your work in research-based efforts to improve science education. As chair of the Board of Science Education of the National Academy of Sciences, you have promoted the use of Eric Mazur's peer instruction pedagogical system, in which teachers repeatedly ask multiple choice concept questions during class, and students reply on the spot with wireless clicker devices. That work, which includes classroom discussions around questions that draw large proportion of wrong answers, prefigure the more recent smart technologies that similarly enable teachers to focus classroom time and their own energies where it is most needed. As founder and chairman of PhET, a web-based directive of the University of Colorado, you have spearheaded the development and free distribution of a vast suite of simulations that breathe new life into the way that physics, chemistry, biology, earth science, and mathematics are taught and learned. You devoted much of your own Nobel Prize money to that effort. The PhET simulations have been used in my own elementary methods classes, and one of my graduating doctoral students used the PhET simulations as part of her dissertation work. Indeed, your impact on science education is tremendous and well appreciated. Serving in other roles, such as Associate Director of the Office of Science and Technology Policy in the White House, and also as a member of the USA Science and Engineering Festivals Advisory Board, you have brought your innovative and progressive vision of science education to a national audience. So, Dr. Wyman, for your vision, both of what science can accomplish and what it takes to produce accomplished scientists, we are proud to award you the Teachers College Medal for Distinguished Service.
Well, thank you. Let me start by congratulating all you graduates on your successful efforts. I regularly get introduced as a Nobel Prize-winning scientist with a passion for teaching, but when that happens, I always have to correct them to say, I don't have a passion for teaching, actually. I have a passion for learning. For students learning and for finding ways research can enhance their learning that I can pass along to other teachers. And for the first 10 years I was involved with science education in a serious way, I was excited to be discovering the research and principles that could be applied to improve student learning and attitudes in about physics, as well as doing some research on this myself. But for the last 10 years, my focus has mostly been on trying to change the sad situation that so little of the research and insights on learning are ever entering the discussion and thinking of how to improve education, in my case, particularly looking at the college level. Now, I decided to talk about learning today because as I reviewed all the different things you graduates have been studying, it's an impressively broad range, but the one central theme that I could see was learning. I mean, learning in all its many facets and contexts, and how that can be achieved and enhanced and supported for all members of our society. To me, that seems to be the core of what Teachers College is really about. Now, some may argue that the most unique aspect of humans as a species is our greater great capacity to learn, but I'm actually not entirely convinced of that. I mean, many animals are now showing much greater capacity for learning than we previously realized, and a lot, as in many things in learning, may depend on the test. For example, I'm not sure that people would be able to learn that much faster than some other animals how to, say, recognize the tastiest and most nutritious termites in a swarm. But I would claim that humans can do far better than any other species at figuring out understanding the learning process and developing an effective education program by which people could quickly learn to pick out the best termites. It probably wouldn't involve a lot of lecturing, though. So what I would claim is really what makes humans most unique is this remarkable capacity to learn about learning and to use that knowledge to increase learning for ourselves and our fellow citizens to improve their lives. And you graduates really represent the pinnacle of that accomplishment. Now, this hard-won understanding and enhancement of such a complex thing as human learning is a remarkable, but I think under-recognized accomplishment. A major problem in many of the decisions in our society is the prevailing belief that everyone's an expert on learning, that almost everyone, if they've learned something, thinks they're such an expert. Actually, thinking about my time spent in Washington dealing with political types, I should modify that to say that everyone who even imagines they've learned something thinks they're an expert. But rather than seeing learning and how it can be optimized as a scholarly field with research and evidence, it's too often treated as a matter of sort of personal preference and opinion, with all opinions being more or less equally valid, sort of much like taste in clothing. And I think this is a lot of reason for the continual series of educational fads and quick fixes and government programs to improve education that are really at odds with basic principles about how people learn and what's necessary to enhance learning and educational success. Now, my actually harshest criticism is actually not directed at politicians with their misguided programs or gadflies at the local school board who are advocating for the latest fads, but it's directed at faculty and administration in higher education. I mean, these higher education faculty are presenting themselves as experts on learning across all disciplines and selling their services to society as such, while most of them are happily remaining completely ignorant about actual learning and correspondingly effective teaching. Now, of course, that doesn't apply to any of you. I'm looking at the broader community of university faculty. Somehow being anointed with the title of professor convinces many people that they're now an expert on learning and teaching, and that mostly that involves standing up and talking at students. And the sad fact is that a student can go to a university that will remain nameless, but is now officially the most selective and wealthiest in the country, and that student has a very good chance that they'll take a science class from a professor who believes that talking as fast as possible using very technical language for 1.5 hours will maximize the learning that occurs, and heaven forbid that there should be any interruption, such as a student asking a question, because that would reduce the amount of learning. And the administration of that, and most every other university in the country, has no idea that there's a problem with that, and that actually quite a lot is known about learning, and that such teaching is really the pedagogical equivalent of treating disease by bloodletting, when we have these enormous numbers of hundreds of studies demonstrating the pedagogical equivalent of antibiotics, and they're just not being paid attention to. Now, I often have wondered how it's come to be that being quite ignorant about research on learning and teaching was entirely acceptable in a leader of an institution of higher education. And when I really get discouraged, what I think is really sad is that ignorance is actually far more acceptable than not knowing about football and how the strengths and weaknesses of the university team. Until universities start really thinking about teaching and learning in this scholarly, evidence-based fashion that all of you epitomize, and that these studies subjects deserve, we really can't expect our graduates, be they citizens, government officials, or teachers, to have a proper respect for and proper use of this understanding of learning that researchers like you have achieved. So why am I telling all you graduates this? Well, because you're really unique in your expertise and knowledge about learning. And so as you go forth in the world, you need to remember how unique that makes you, but also the responsibility that comes with that unique level of knowledge. It's a responsibility to apply that expertise, not just in your own particular jobs and areas of research, but also in shifting the broader societal discourse on learning and education, to convey the message that, as we all know, learning is a complex subject with still much more to be discovered. But a great deal is known about it, ranging from the conditions that motivate or demotivate a person to learn to what happens to the neurons in the learning process. And this evidence and empirically tested principles need to really be at the center of the public discussion and decisions on educational policies and practices, whether it's in the US Congress, the local PTA meeting, or establishing expectations for faculty at universities. And with a PhD from Teachers College comes a responsibility really to work to bring about that change in public discourse. Just when you thought life was going to be easy, now you'd finish your PhD. I'm giving you a harder challenge, but it's an important one. So congratulations again, and thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Marie Louise Bowe and Nate Olson, EDD candidates in the Music and Music Education Program, Department of Arts and Humanities. And now the hooding of our graduates. Please welcome Bill Rickert.
That was terrific. It's now my great pleasure to introduce the department chairs, who will in turn announce each graduate as he or she is hooded by the Vice Provost of the college, Dr. William Baldwin. For the Department of Arts and Humanities, Bill Gaudelli.
Welcome, graduates, families, and friends to this glorious day, one filled with awe, joy, flying artwork, and wonderful music. Speaking of art and music, I humbly represent the Department of Arts and Humanities, among the most diverse departments of Teachers College, which includes doctoral and master's courses in history, philosophy, language, literature, English, art, music, and social studies. We, the faculty, are so immensely proud of the work you, our graduates, have accomplished. As you all now realize, a dissertation is a trial, and you have survived. In fact, you've succeeded, and we are deeply inspired by the many wonderful projects and ideas that are about to blossom from your collective efforts. You are now the inheritors of an immense legacy of deep thinkers and engaged doers, and we know that you will be amazing. You had better be, because we will be watching you. Along with John Dewey, Grace Hoadley Dodge, Harold Rugg, and so many illustrious others. The biblical phrase is so apt today that while much has been given to you, much is expected of you. But all of that work can wait just one more day as you enjoy this so well-deserved victory lap. And if you're like my students, you've had more than one victory lap. And with those best wishes, let us begin the hooding of the artful, the musical, and the philosophic. Let us honor the historical, the linguistic, the literary, and the socially engaged. All these wonderful attributes that today you embody, tonight you celebrate, and tomorrow you enact. Godspeed. Susan Coles Dumitru. Andrea Kantrowitz. Gonzalo Obiero. Philip Chung. Kara Furman. Holly Brewster. Michael Shapira. Bryce Particelli. Christine Gentry. Nick Susanis. Donna Mitchell Cox. Peggy Pokrivka. Janet Gerson. Scott Wiley. Amy Munger. Ellen Livingston. Melissa Troisi. Angela Myers. Christy Ann Roll. Nathaniel Olson. Carla Becker. Janie Vance. Marie Louise Bowe. Marie Caruso. Meryl Soul.
For the Department of Biobehavioral Sciences, Stephen Silverman.
It is with great pleasure that I introduce the doctoral graduates of the Department of Biobehavioral Sciences. Our faculty and students do research that influences theory and practice in communication, sciences and disorders, in kinesiology, and neuroscience and education. Our scholarship is translational and provides empirical evidence that assists professionals to better do their jobs, and as a result, improves the lives of countless individuals who are experiencing health difficulties and those who want to live a healthier life. I give you now the doctoral graduates of the Department of Biobehavioral Sciences. Paula Garcia. Laura Sanchez. Kara Nijolek. Paul Gallo.
For the Department of Counseling and Clinical Psychology, Marie Meville.
Good afternoon. As you've heard this afternoon, our students are a very important part of who we are as a college and as individual departments. Indeed, faculty in the Department of Counseling and Clinical Psychology cherish the many roles we undertake with our students as teachers, supervisors, research mentors, and now soon to be peers. Each year, we help to prepare our students to investigate and address the psychological needs of individuals, families, and communities. The graduates, my faculty colleagues and I are honored to introduce to you today, have all been trained to be knowledgeable and innovative researchers, culturally competent practitioners, and strong educational and community leaders. And now please share with us our pride and joy as we introduce to you our graduates. Kaloni Scanlon. Rebecca Rangel. Georgia Redway. Yu Kang Cheng. Avi Skolnick. Sua Kim. Shantae Denise Williams. Kimberly Baranowski. Matthew Robinson. Sarah Bellavin Weiss. Martha Jacobs. Sarah Zuderman. Monica Gallion. Bonita Schneider. Valerie Kazanoff. Alex Ben Berliner. Congratulations, graduates.
For the Department of Curriculum and Teaching, Marjorie Siegel.
It is an honor to present the 2014 doctoral graduates from the Department of Curriculum and Teaching. Faculty and students in our department examine questions related to what is taught, the curriculum, and how it is taught, teaching, across all subjects, all levels of schooling, and in spaces beyond schools, such as community centers. This year's graduates have pursued the most pressing problems in the fields of early childhood education, literacy and media education, multicultural and urban education, gifted and inclusive education, and the education of teachers. We are proud that their dissertations carry on the department's legacy of doing research that contributes to the greater good of public life, and are confident they will continue to educate for social justice throughout their careers. Congratulations to all. Renita Cheravu. Hei-Min Yu. Amita Shah. Rachel Rogman. Stephanie McCall. Sarah Schlesinger. Rebecca Gomez. Joanne Marciano. Vaughn Watson. Heather Pineo Burns. Luke Forshaw. Julie Warner. Aaron Hatwood. Linda DiGustino. Congratulations, graduate of Curriculum and Teaching.
For the Department of Education Policy and Social Analysis, Jeffrey Hennig.
If curriculum and teaching are the meat and potatoes of education, then education policy is the supply line that determines whether the ingredients arrive plentiful, fresh, and of high quality. The faculty and programs in TC's Department of Education Policy and Social Analysis, EPSA, are focused on how governments, markets, and social conditions shape schooling, and in addition, shape a population that's informed about the challenges and opportunities it confronts, able to critically analyze its needs and interests, and prepared to work together to make a better world. EPSO offers programs in 3 areas with close ties to academic disciplines: economics in education, politics in education, and sociology in education, as well as an interdisciplinary program in education policy. I'm pleased to introduce the graduates to you now. Travis Bristol. Terenda White. Charles Ogundimu. Sayu Bojwani. Brooks Bowden. Catherine Kahn. Faye Kuo. Lee Yu. And congratulations to you all.
For the Department of Health and Behavioral Studies, Stephen Peverly.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Teachers College Doctoral Hooding Ceremony. The Department of Health and Behavior Studies consists of programs in health, psychology, and special education. Our mission is to train scholars and practitioners who will work to improve the health, learning, and social well-being of children and adults. It is my distinct pleasure today to present to you the doctoral graduates of the Department of Health and Behavior Studies. They are an extraordinarily capable and dedicated group of men and women who have worked extremely hard to attain their goals and appear before you today. Sophie Andar. Sarah Mallory. Mary Barbara Giaquinto. Dina Simmons. Monica Stanton Coco. Eric Santa Cruz. Nana Odura Asmane Ashante. Afolaran Ayadudin. espiritu lone. Akila Edwards. Erica Chin. Sayaka Aoki. Lisa Ofinger. Jane Radix. Maricele Comellas. Tomoko Awaki. Emily Abrams. Helena Hahn. Catherine Baker. Laura Lyons. Petra Viha. Ananya Goswami. Sambika Faas.
For the Department of Human Development, Matthew Johnson.
Thank you, and good afternoon. It is an honor to represent the faculty of the Department of Human Development. The department is made up of 3 programs: the Developmental Psychology program, the Cognitive Studies and Education program, and the Measurement, Evaluation, and Statistics program. As I was trying to understand or to convey a common theme in our department, and I looked through the dissertations that were defended this year, the common theme, I believe, is learning. The developmental psychologists, the cognitive psychologists try to understand how students learn and use that knowledge to better develop interventions to aid students' learning. The measurement, students and faculty attempt to use what is learned in those psychologies to develop better methods for measuring learning. And so without further ado, it is my honor to announce the graduates of the Department of Human Development for 2014. Sung Bong Kim. Michael McGann. Azada Jamalian. Samantha Cregan. Stephanie Ramsey. Valerie Kate. Elizabeth Jewett. Lisa Powell. Mengta Chung.
For the Department of International and Transcultural Studies, Gita Steiner-Campsey.
It is a great honor to proudly congratulate the graduates of the Department of International and Transcultural Studies. The department hosts two reputable programs, the program in anthropology and education and the program in international and comparative education. This year, we had many wonderful events. We had faculty joining us, and we had one sad event that I would like to mention. Professor George Clement Bond, beloved mentor, teacher, devoted scholar, passed at the end of April. It is good to know that his contribution to research, his passion for education in Africa, his deep commitment to further the professional careers of African Americans, and his devotion and unwavering support for his advisees will be carried forward by his own students. It is in these graduates' writing, teaching, and service to the profession that Professor Bond's legacy will be kept alive. The bond between an advisor and a doctoral student is lifelong and possibly even extends beyond life. I therefore urge the graduates, on behalf of all my colleagues in the Department of International and Transcultural Studies, please stay in touch with your advisor and with Teachers College. Congratulations to all of you from the Department of International and Transcultural Studies. Jennifer Van Tiem. Amina Tawasil. Luis Beryl Lampher. Catherine Keenan. Scott Freeman. Jani Chang. Yue Lin. Kiran Jairam. Katalin Kabat Ryan. Lee Lewin Graham. Torika Webb. Elizabeth Taveras Rivera. Stephanie Phillips. Lama Joma. Akiko Sabamoto. Tamara Webb. Kati de la Garza. Meera Padmaraja. Karen Velasquez. Brianna Ronan. Congratulations to all of you.
For the Department of Mathematics, Science, and Technology, O. Roger Anderson.
On behalf of the Faculty of Mathematics, Science, and Technology, I'm very pleased to introduce our graduates for the Doctorate of Education and the Doctorate of Philosophy. Christy Brown. Clement Gomez. Stephanie Macaluso. Sarah Hansen. Arthur Carvo. Yi-Ching Wang. Devyani Tertale. Christine Rodriguez Kerr. Rishan Richards. Megan Gibson. Ashley Naharnik. Rayanne Kiriakou. Jiaozai Tian. Alexander Rusinov. Rico Wright. Ju Young Park. Susan DeQuinco. Nicole Taylor Buchner. Andre Freeman. Anthony M. Meal. Anders Stahelic. Terry Germain Williams. Aliquini Cool. Gustav Ado. Darcy Ronan. Cheryl Lyons. Danielle Mirlis. Denise Mahfood. Congratulations to our graduates, and I wish them much success.
For the Department of Organization and Leadership, Anna Newman.
Good afternoon. Scholars in the Department of Organization and Leadership pursue two important questions. First, how can professionals create settings that advance the learning and growth of others? And second, how can we help these professionals lead others in learning what they need to know to be competent and influential students, workers, and citizens? These are critical research questions for faculty in the Department of Organization and Leadership, including TC's programs in adult learning and leadership, education leadership, higher and post-secondary education, nurse executive, and social organizational psychology. Together, we prepare students to lead in an amazing array of settings, certainly in schools, colleges, and universities, but also in hospitals and public health organizations, in lawyers' associations, neighborhood housing associations, arts and cultural organizations, in a variety of public interest organizations, and in the military, in international service agencies, in small businesses, and in corporate leadership sites. In all these venues, we are devoted to leading for learning and to research that advances this theme. It is my very great honor to present to you the doctoral graduates of TC's Department of Organization and Leadership. Lisa Aldisert. Tell me your first name. Ted. Tejwanch Anand. Cynthia Russell. Bradley Thompson. Sorry, I'm going too quickly. Sarah Chase. Rosie Chen-Young Lim Williams. Naya Mondo. Rita Kenahan. Connie Watson. Deirdre Churchill. John McDonald, Jr. Jessica Bloom DeStefano. Rosa Alcalde Delgado. Sarah Benishire Dolberg. Belinda Emerson. Michael Douglas Killow. Francis McGee. Apiwat Hanwang. John Krister Lowe. Anne Marie McDonald. Alexander Hoffman. Richard Highland. Louis Wool. Young Jung Lee. Sam Fugazotto. Solimar Ferraras. Jody Bartow. Katrina Wegman. Congratulations, everyone.
Please join us in celebrating the class of 2014. Ladies and gentlemen, Patrick McGuire, President of the Teachers College Alumni Association.
Graduates, it is with great pleasure that I formally welcome you into the Teachers College Alumni Association. You are joining a network of over 90,000 professionals comprising alumni from all 10 academic departments and all walks of life and career stages who have made a significant impact in the world. They have done so because of their intelligence, sensitivity, drive, knowledge, experience, and wisdom. They have also done so because of the people like the ones around you today: family, friends, teachers, administrators, trustees, benefactors, and fellow alumni. And many would argue that they have done so because of their Teachers College preparation. Representing your Alumni Association, I am here today to tell you how valuable your participation can be. We are colleagues and collaborators, supporters and challengers, mentors and mentees, and most importantly, we are your peers. What holds us all together is our alma mater, Teachers College. While everyone had a slightly different journey, I am certain that no one's path has led you all to this time and place was free of challenges. I am also certain that along the way you found inspiration, insight, and joy. And many of you have developed what will be lifelong friends. I encourage you to stay connected to your classmates and fellow graduates as you move forward in your careers, and to tap into the deep pool of experience, expertise, and knowledge offered by the broader TC community. We hope to not only see you at future alumni events, but also featured in future newsletters. Please remember that you will always have a home and a rich community at TC, which you can access physically and virtually. So on behalf of your fellow alumni, we all wish you the best in your endeavors, and we hope we have the opportunity to join you along the way. Congratulations and welcome, TC alumni.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Rickard.
I will fill in for our co-chairman, Jack Hyland, with the closing remarks today. On behalf of the trustees of Teachers College, I want to congratulate each of you on your extraordinary achievement. We thank your family and friends for joining with the faculty and staff of Teachers College to recognize you, our doctoral graduates of the class of 2014. You all earned and deserve that. Please join us for light refreshments in the Russell Courtyard back at Teachers College, and we ask all of our guests to please remain seated until the students have left the cathedral. Thank you all very much.
Hot air balloon that could me